Well, hello everybody, and welcome into another Game Day 16 matchup here in the 2015 Randomized Nuds League on the RNGIDP channel. I am Craig. Happy that you're here with me tonight, and thank you for being a part of this project that I am doing. And I couldn't be happier with the way it has gone. The results have been fun. People have been into it, and I'm just having a good time rolling it. So we will continue here. This is the second game in Game Day 16 in the AL. Tonight we'll have the Chicago Whimsicots against the Texas Diggersby. And this should be a doozy as far as pitching matchups go. We have a good one tonight. Yes, we have, for the visiting Chicago Whimsicots, excuse me, I'm all choked up. It's such a good matchup. Carlos Carrasco. And for the home Texas Diggersby, it'll be Clayton Kershaw. So yeah, we have an exciting matchup. This one should fly through it, and because of the pitching, Chicago, surprisingly, Chicago has moved all the way up to the 7th spot in the AL. Chicago had the Game Day 15 off, but listen to this. Chicago has won 7 in a row. Yes, they were 0-7, and now they're 7-7. Crazy, right? I'm going to probably bring that up a few more times, because Chicago started the season 0-7, and now they're 7-7. They are all the way up to 7th place. Sevens are wild, I suppose. They've scored 65 runs, given up 51. That's a plus 14 differential, and they're only 3 games back of the leaders, who are Texas. Texas is 10-4, good buddy, 10-4. They sit in first place all by themselves. Boston is a game behind them. Well, coming into this game, they were. So, a game behind them. If you didn't watch Boston against Toronto in the last game, it's up on the channel. You can go do that. But tonight, we got Texas, the league leaders, against the Chicago Whimsicots, the red-hot Chicago Whimsicots. So first up, we will see Clayton Kershaw. And we'll take a look at his numbers. Let's see. Clayton Kershaw for Texas, the big Texan, has pitched in 23 innings. He's got a 2-0 record, as you'd expect. 9 hits given up, 3 earned runs, 23 strikeouts as opposed to 3 walks. That's a 1.17 ERA. Which is good for 3rd in the AL so far. A .052 whip, which is good for 1st in all of the AL. So he brings those gaudy numbers to the plate, and he will face this lineup for Chicago. That's pretty hot right now. Like I said, they were doing everything wrong those first 7 games, and they've turned it around. So they will have Devin Travis leading it off today, the second baseman. He's hitting .261 with 5 extra base hits. Josh Reddick is the right fielder. He's 10 for 37. He's a lefty. We'll see how well he does against the lefty Kershaw. Andrew McCutchen is a right-handed center fielder. He's batting 3rd. He's hitting .382 right now with 6 home runs and 10 driven in. Mark Trumbo is the DH, big Mark Trumbo. He's hitting .207. He's got 11 RBI, which lead the team, but he also has 16 strikeouts. Brandon Belt is the first baseman, another lefty. Belt sitting .212 with 4 homers. Zach Cozart gets the start at shortstop today. It's been him or John Segura, but Zach Cozart gets the call today. He's 3 for 10 in his appearances. Nick Castellanos is the third baseman. He's hitting .241 with 3 homers. Tucker Barnhart gets the catching duties today. Yasmani Grandal is stuck in a slump at 174, his batting average. So Barnhart gets the call. He's 3 for 8 in his limited appearances. And rounding out the order will be Sean Rodriguez. Sean Rodriguez is playing left field, and he is hitting .231 with 3 doubles, a triple, and a home run. So I think we are ready to roll. Hope you guys have had a good weekend. I know I have. I've been playing a lot of board games over the weekend with my family, and it's been a good time, so I'm happy about that. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. If any of you went to the Tabletop Earl, if you went to his tournament, let me know. I haven't seen any updates about that. I've been away from the computer all weekend, so here we go. Clayton Kershaw against Devin Travis. This is a 1-2, and that's going to be a leadoff single for Devin Travis on the 1-2. That's the only hit on that column, and he found it. And Travis is aboard in that leadoff spot. So it'll be Josh Reddick. Reddick is a C hit and runner. Travis is a C stealer. So they're not holding him. Reddick is going to swing away here. It's a 4-5, and a 4-5 is going to be caught looking on a pitch on the inside part of the plate. So Clayton Kershaw working out of the stretch for a rare occasion in this league. With a leadoff man, a single, he strikes out the next guy, Josh Reddick. And now it's Andrew McCutcheon. McCutcheon, this is a 4-11. A 4-11 is going to be a fly ball center field X. The center fielder today for the defense of Texas is A.J. Pollock. And he is a 1 range, a 1-4. And Pollock gets on his horse. He's going to make the play. No problem. And there are 2 outs. So it'll be up to Mark Trumbo with the runner at first. That's Devin Travis. He's singled to lead it off. 2 outs now, and Mark Trumbo sees the pitch. It's a 6-8, and he gets caught. Strike out. Gets caught looking. Trumbo can't get the bat off his shoulder. And that'll do it here in the top of the first. The leadoff single does no harm as Clayton Kershaw gets the next 3 in order. And here we go. We are ready for the bottom of the first. In a late one here, a little late night strat as we get going. It'll be Carlos Carrasco. Carrasco for Texas has pitched pretty well. For Chicago has pitched pretty well. He's thrown 19 innings. He's got a 1-0 record. He is given up 18 hits in those 19 innings with 6 earned runs, 26 strikeouts, which I believe, and let me double check here real quick. Yes, 26 strikeouts leads the AL. He's given up 8 walks for a 2.84 ERA. And this is the lineup that will face Carrasco that Texas is throwing out there today. No injuries for either side, so a pretty evenly matched game. And A.J. Pollock will play center field, as we saw, and lead off. He's hitting .311 on .311 day. Whoa. He's got 9 doubles, which leads the AL. He's also got 2 triples, a homer, and 8 RBI. 5 stolen bases as well, which, you guessed it, leads the AL. Francisco Lindor is the shortstop batting second. He's hitting .295. Only 1 homer out of him so far. Eric Hosmer is the first baseman. He's at .298, just a tick under 3. He doesn't have a home run yet, though. Ben Zobrist is in the cleanup spot. Yeah, that's right. Zobrist is batting cleanup, and he's hitting .407. He's .407 right now, which is second in AL, only to Eric Ibar of Toronto. So Zobrist is cleanup. He's got 6 doubles, 2 triples, and a homer. Kevin Kiermaier, the lefty right fielder, is batting 5th. Kiermaier is hitting .373 right now. Derek Dietrich is the DH, another lefty, stacking him up against Carrasco. He is the DH, and he is hitting 6 for 28 in his appearances. Jake Marisnick is the left fielder. His card is great defensively. Look at that. Center field, left field, and right field, all 1 range, and E5 for all of them as well, with a -2 arm. That's pretty good. And he's a stealer, a bunter, 1-16 runner. I like using his card. He's batting 7th here. .326 for him with 4 home runs, which leads the team. Miguel Montero has dropped all the way to the 8th spot. He's batting .224 right now with 1 homer. Addison Russell is batting 9th, and he'll play second base. So I think we're ready here. Let me grab a drink of water real quick. All right. I think we're ready to roll here. Pollock will lead off for Texas. Just getting away, just getting started here. It's a 3-12. This one's smashed to the third baseman, Castellanos, but he'll make the play. And there's one out. That was the dreaded Lomax roll. Pollock could have hit into a triple play there if there was runners on base. And now it's Francisco Lindor. He'll step in from the left side, and he's going to step into this one. This is a ballpark home run chance. He's normal power. So 1-8, and it'll be gone. And that is sayonara. Adios, baseball. Francisco Lindor smacks one out of here off of Carlos Carrasco. So 2 batters and 2 well-hit balls. One of them was smashed right at the third baseman, and Lindor puts this one out into the right field bleachers. And Texas jumps out to a 1-0 lead here as we are just underway. This will be Hosmer. He's yet to homer, and he doesn't make contact with that one as he strikes out. We might be seeing a lot of that today from these 2 pitchers. As I said, Carrasco leads the AL in strikeouts. So it'll be Ben Zobrist. Zobrist, that's a 2-6, and a 2-6 is chopped to the shortstop, and that'll be Zach Cozart today, and he fires it across the diamond, and that'll do it for the first inning. But Texas jumps to the lead off of I just put a 0 there after I said jumps to a lead. Why would my brain do that? Let me just erase this quickly. Get the old trusty white out. It's a 1-0 lead for Texas as we move to the top of the second. Zobrist sits down, and Kershaw gets up and will get back to the mound to face Belt, Cozart, and Castellanos. So Belt lefty on lefty here. This is a 5-6, and this is going to be a base hit off of Clayton Kershaw. That'll be a single for Brandon Belt. So leadoff singles in the first and the second, and Kershaw showing some rust in that armor here, giving up 2 hits already. And that'll be Zach Cozart. Belt is a C-stealer. He's not going anywhere. And this is a 5-6, and that's going to be a base hit. Cozart gets one. That's going to be a double 2-star. So back-to-back hits, and now Chicago has something brewing here as Belt is able to make it all the way to third on the double from Cozart. And there's 2 on, nobody out, and Kershaw in trouble here against Nick Castellanos. The infield's going to have to come in with nobody out. And this is a 1-7, and Castellanos strikes out swinging. He was looking for the fences there. He gets caught swinging, and there's 1 away. So it'll be up to Tucker Barnhart, rotational catcher. He's not played a whole lot. Switch hitting, he steps in from the right side. And the infield will continue in. This is a 3-6. A 3-6 is a fly ball left field question mark. Jake Marisnick is the left fielder. He's a -2. Are they going to send Brandon Belt? Let's take a look. Brandon Belt is a 1-13 runner. The infield was in, so they're not holding him. So it's a 1-14. -2 is a 1-12. There's no one out. A 1-12 with 1 out. Are they going to send him? They're going to send him. Not going to get many opportunities to score against Kershaw. So they're going to send him. This is a medium fly ball to Marisnick field. And Kershaw, it's a 17. So Marisnick guns Belt at the plate. So that's going to be the second out on a 7-2 put out. Marisnik showing the fire hose. Actually, that's the third out, isn't it? Because that was a fly ball out to left then for the second out. So, oh no, they ran themselves out of an inning. Oh no. You had second and third with 2 out, but you ran out of the inning. And boy, that was a mistake. I wasn't thinking about it. Chicago got all red brain thinking, let's just try and score against Kershaw. And they ran themselves out of an inning on what could have been a sacrifice fly. A 1-12 though, that's not a terrible try to go. And it was a 17, so just gunned him. So now it'll be the bottom of the first. And it'll be Kiermaier, Dietrich, and Marisnik up against Carlos Carrasco. It's 1-0. The home run from Lindor in the bottom of the first. And Kiermaier, he hits this one right back to Carrasco on the mound. He scoops it up and underhands it to first. And there's one away. Ah, man, I'm still kicking myself. I shouldn't have sent Belt there. There would have been second and third with 2 outs. Not a great batter coming up after him with Sean Rodriguez, but I probably shouldn't have sent him. All right, this is a Derek Dietrich, a 112. He gets plunked by that pitch. And let's see, that looks like he might have to come out of the game. Let's take a look at his injury as Derek Dietrich. That's a 10. So a 10 is a 2-game injury. So Dietrich is going to come off as he got hit in the shoulder with that one. And so we have to find ourselves a new DH. Dietrich limps off with the trainer, and we will go to Matt Holliday to be the new DH, and he's going to pinch run, I suppose. So the righty, Matt Holliday, will come in. He'll be the new DH. And Carlos Carrasco, with 1 out, has Holliday on first. Marisnik up to the plate. It's a 1-6, and he swings and misses and strikes out. Carrasco, that's his second strikeout of the game. 2 outs now. And it'll be Miguel Montero. Holliday at first. A 5-4. That's a fly ball, center field X. That's McCutcheon out there. McCutcheon is pretty good still. This is a 2015 card set. McCutcheon is more than plenty good. He's a 1 with the E2. A 114 is going to be enough as McCutcheon. He's got to come a long way and make a nice running grab. But he's able to make the play. And there's 3 outs. The hit by pitch doesn't come back to hurt Carrasco. But it does hurt Dietrich, and he has to be replaced by Matt Holliday. We go to the top of the third. It's a 1-0 ball game. Chicago trailing Texas. Texas sends Clayton Kershaw to the mound once again. It'll be Sean Rodriguez, Devin Travis, and J.J. Redick. Not J.J. Redick. That's a basketball player. This is a 4-12. This one is hit out to right field. Kevin Kiermaier is a good right fielder out there, and he'll track it down. And there's 1 out. Devin Travis, he led off the first inning with a single. This is the first time there hasn't been a leadoff batter aboard. 4-10, this is a fly ball center field X for Travis. That's going to be A.J. Pollock, who we know is a good center fielder, but I think that's going to go to his E rating anyway. A 111, yeah, it's going to. He's an E3. An E3, we rolled an 8, and so A.J. Pollock, with his good speed, is able to track that one down, and he'll make the play against Devin Travis. 2 outs now. Kershaw settling in. After that double to Cozart, he's gone 4 in a row that have been sat down. And now it's Josh Reddick to 5-8, and he gets him looking on a pitch down in the dirt. It was still called a strike, and then it dropped through the zone, and the umpire gives him the call. And that's 3 outs, 2 strikeouts for Reddick now. Both of them looking, just not picking up the ball very well out of Kershaw's hand. And it's 1-0 as we move to the bottom of the third. Carlos Carrasco will face the 9-1-2 batters of Russell, Pollock, and Lindor. This is a 3-7. A 3-7 is going to be a walk for Russell. So he's aboard with nobody out here in the third inning. Russell, he's not a great stealer, a D stealer in this set. So he's not going anywhere. Pollock he's a double A stealer. So if he can get aboard, maybe. And there is a walk. So back-to-back walks. Pollock moves to first. Addison Russell gets pushed to second. So there's 2 on, nobody out, and Carrasco finds himself in a little trouble. And the last time it was Lindor at the plate, he just went ahead and homered. So looking for a little something better for that if you're a Chicago fan. And this will do it as Lindor hits one to Cozart at short. He's going to go to Travis at second and on to first to Belt. It's a 6-4-3 double play. So that'll do it. That's 2 quick outs. Just what Carrasco was looking for. Russell will move to third. So there's a runner on third with 2 outs. Jerry Ball says he's late. Well, I'm late, partner. Happy that you're here. You're never late. You're always welcome here. Eric Hosmer with the runner on third. 2 outs. Infield is regular depth. And this is a 2-6. Hosmer's going to drive this run home. It's going to be an RBI single. Almost a double. That was trapped out there in the center field to keep it from rolling for a double. McCutchen played that one well. But that will drive in a run as Addison Russell breaks from third, and he will score on the RBI single from Eric Hosmer. So with 2 outs, Hosmer comes up big to make it a 2-0 ball game. Texas against Chicago. Jerry says, how are things up there in Denver? Well, they're doing pretty well. I had a good weekend. Hung out with the family, played a lot of board games. Hopefully yours was good, Jerry. Did you do anything fun? Play a little strat? Ben Zobrist now with 2 outs and a runner on first. It's a 2-5, and that's a bouncer to Travis at second. He'll have no problem grabbing that and slinging it to first. And that's the 3rd out. So we've reached the end of the 3rd inning. It's a 2-0 ball game. AL League leaders, Texas, doing their thing against Chicago. It's 2-0. Clayton Kershaw is the pitcher for Texas. He's given up 3 hits so far in 3 innings. That's unlike him. And here he'll face Andrew McCutchen for the 2nd time. And this is going to be a base hit. Another leadoff hit. It'll be a single for Andrew McCutchen. So far, Kershaw has had 3 leadoff hits, but he's been able to mitigate the damage. A nice play in the outfield by Marisnik to gun a runner at home. That was Brandon Belt. And that ended the 2nd inning. But here he's got Mark Trumbo now with McCutchen on first. It's a 5-6. And that's that same number again. It's going to be a base hit. That's a single 2-star. So back-to-back hits again. And Kershaw doesn't have his sharp stuff today, as he's given up back-to-back hits again. And now there's runners on the corners. And nobody out. So what are they going to do here? Brandon Belt is the batter. I think they're going to bring the infield in, trying to keep as many runs off the board as possible. Al Red Sox fan checking in. He's going to be listening. And this is a 3-8. And Belt is going to swing through that pitch and strike out. Belt got all excited. He saw an inside fastball, but he didn't get any of it, and that's a strikeout. 1 out now. Jerry Ball says he's been playing APA baseball all weekend. Haven't played in a month or so. Well, all right. I've still never played APA. I've never played APA, and I've never played History Maker. I've only ever played Strat for baseball. Zach Gozart had a double his first time up. And they're going to play the infield in again. Gozart is a good runner. They're probably not going to double him up anyway. So it's a 1-9, and that one is smashed, but right at the third baseman, Zobrist. And that almost took his head off with the infield in. But he makes the grab. And there's 2 outs now. So Kershaw looking to pitch out of a jam again. And it'll be Castellanos. Infield is at their regular depth. It's a 1-6. And that one has a 1-2 chance at a single. That'll score a run if he rolls it. A 1-2 and it's a single. It's an 11. So he hits it to the shortstop, Lindor. And Lindor is going to go the long way and get the out at first. And Kershaw pitches out of a jam again. Scoreless through 4 is Chicago. And we move to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Texas Diggersby 2 and the Chicago Whimsicott nothing. I'm going to mention this again. I mentioned it right off the top, but it's worth bringing up once again. Chicago, their record is 7-7. They are on a 7-game winning streak. So what does that mean? It means they started the season 0-7. And now they are 7-7. Headed in the right direction, and they are in 7th place in the AL out of 15 teams. Crazy, right? So Kevin Kiermaier will take his chances now against Carlos Carrasco, and then it'll be the new DH, Matt Holliday, and Jake Marisnick. A 5-8 against the lefty is a ground ball second base X chance. That's Devin Travis who's out there. He's a 3 range, and we rolled a 20, so this could be a problem for Travis. And it's not, as he is able to make the play on the outfield grass and just wing it over to first. And that one whizzes past and will be the first out. That's a nice play from Travis. There's 1 away. And now it'll be Matt Holliday. Holliday with a 4-7. And Holliday looks at a pitch, and he is struck out. That's only the 3rd strikeout for Carrasco. 2 away here, though, in the bottom of the 4. Al Red Sox fan says 7s are wild. Yeah, 7s are wild for Chicago right now. They need to get those bats rolling, though. And this is Jake Marisnick, who struck out his first time. A 6-12 is a ground ball first base X. The first baseman is Brandon Belt. And a Belt is a 1 range, I believe. He is. He's a 1 range first baseman, but it's going to go to his E rating anyway. We rolled a 2. Oh, no, this could be bad. He's an E4. An E4 is a 2. We have to roll the 3rd die. We hardly have to do that ever again. E4, a 2 is a 1 through a 5 is an error. So only way he's not going to have an error is if he rolls a 6 and it's a 4. So Brandon Belt gets to it, but then his throw to the pitcher is off and it gets past him. And so the Jake Marisnick with his 1-16 speed will reach the bag on an E3. So a 2-out error for Brandon Belt. And here we are. Texas may try and cash in again. Marisnick is an A stealer. Tucker Barnhart is a 0 arm. So an A is a 1-15. They're holding him. So it's a 1-13. Marisnik wants to steal, but he's not going to. It's a 2-6, and Montero's just going to strike out. So the error doesn't hurt Chicago, and Brandon Belt can head back to the dugout with his head not fully in shame, as we have reached the end of the fourth inning. 2-0, Texas against Chicago. Chicago's been red hot here, 7 wins in a row, but they are facing a buzzsaw in Clayton Kershaw. It'll be Barnhart, Rodriguez, and Travis in the top of the fifth for Chicago, and this is a 4-6, and that's going to be a strikeout. Look at that, against Tucker Barnhart. That's 6 on the day for Clayton Kershaw. Jerry was playing the 1883 Boston Bean Eaters against the 83 Providence Grays. Wow, that's amazing. Sean Rodriguez with the bat in his hand. That's a ground ball shortstop X. The shortstop behind Kershaw is Francisco Lindor, and he's a 1 range. A 110 is going to his E rating, though, which is a 17. E17, we rolled a 9. So Lindor has to go deep in the hole. He makes a jumping throw, and he gets his man, Rodriguez, at first by a step. Nice play by Lindor. So there's 2 away. And Kershaw will face Travis for the 3rd time. It's a 4-11, which is a fly ball left field X. The left fielder is Marisnik, who is a 1 range. A 1-2 is going to get there. That was a nice play from Jake Marisnik, as only a 1 range would have made it. And so Travis gets a hit stolen by Marisnik out in the outfield. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Kershaw. And we are through the top of the 5th. It's still a 2-0 ball game. Chicago's running out of outs quickly against Kershaw. They got to do something to scratch home some runs. It'll be Carrasco again. He'll face Russell, Pollock, and then Lindor. This is good for Russell. That's a good column. A 2-9, and that is a 1-11 home run chance for Russell. 1-11. It's a 6, and so Addison Russell takes Carrasco yard, pulls one out to right field, out to left field, and yanks that one out of here. So a solo shot for Russell to lead off the bottom of the 5th, and Texas has made it a 3-0 ball game. So now we head to the top of the order, and Carrasco has to face A.J. Pollock again. It's a 4-7. 4-7, well, he gets him swinging. He gets him looking. That's a strikeout. That's the 5th one for Carrasco. 1 out here now. In the bottom of the 5th, it's 3-0 Texas. Texas leads the AL with a 10-4 record. Good buddy. And it's a 3-5, and Lindor is aboard with a single. So 2 hits on the day for Lindor so far. And he is aboard for Eric Hosmer. Lindor's a B stealer. So that'd be a 1-10. 1-10. They're holding him. And Hosmer, it's a 4-5. That's a strikeout. So Hosmer sees a pitch and can't pull the trigger. And that's the 2nd strikeout for him today, to go along with the single. So now it'll be Ben Zobrist with 2 outs against Carlos Carrasco. Zobrist is 0 for 2. 1-7. He's going to get underneath it, and that one's going to be a sky high out to Cozart at short. And Cozart gets his glove around it, and that'll be the 3rd out. But not before Addison Russell takes Carrasco deep. And we have reached the end of the 5th. It's a 3-0 ball game. Jerry says, go Texas. Rooting for the league leaders is Jerry. And Clayton Kershaw. It'll be Josh Reddick, who struck out twice today against Kershaw. Lefty's not having a good day against him, and this time he makes contact, but it'll be right at Marisnick. Marisnick barely has to move, and there's one away. Ken Castro, the jet setter. He's checking in. Andrew McCutcheon is checking in here. He's 1 for 2 against Clayton Kershaw. A 3-8 is a fly ball right back to Marisnick in left. That's 3 straight plays he's made. And there's 2 away. Good night, Al, Red Sox fan. Hopefully I put you to sleep well. Mark Trumbo looking to get something going here against Kershaw. He's 1 for 2. He struck out earlier against him. It's a 1-3, and he's going to swing and miss. A mighty hack there for the big Trumbo. But he falls victim to strikeout number 7 against Kershaw. And he's got himself another 1-2-3 inning. And we move to the bottom of the 6th. Chicago is yet to tally against the left arm of Clayton Kershaw. And it'll be Carlos Carrasco, who's pitched pretty well, but he's given up 2 homers. Addison Russell has been his bugaboo. He's walked him and then given up a home run to him. So it'll be Kiermaier, then Holiday, and then Marisnick. D. Scott Howard checking in. What's up, y'all? It's a 5-6, and that's a strikeout against Kiermaier. Carrasco's starting to turn up the strikeout now. That's 7 of them for Carrasco. Ken, the jet setter, how was the tournament? I haven't checked on the Facebook page, and I haven't checked the YouTube much this weekend. I didn't get to see how it went. I assume you're carrying around a big championship belt. It's weighing you down, probably. Matt Holliday is 0 for 1. He came on for the injured Dietrich. And this is a 1-8. And oh no, he gets hit by the pitch. And he may be injured. Oh no, that one hit him. That one hit him square. And that is going to be a 10-game injury for Matt Holliday. Oh boy. Matt Holliday took that one on the chin. He got hit by a pitch again. The DH. So Holliday goes out. He's out for the remainder plus 10 games. Ouch. Which is just going to be about the rest of the season. Yep. So Holliday is out, and we need a new DH. Going through DHs like water here, and it'll be Ryan Rayburn. And so Rayburn will have to come in and be the new DH. And there's one out. Rayburn is at first after pinch running for Matt Holliday. And now Jake Marisnick. It's a 4-8, and that's got a almost 50-50 shot at a single. It's a 7, so that's going to be a single. It sneaks through the third baseman, Castellanos. So Marisnick is aboard, and that'll push Rayburn over to second. So runners at first and second. And it'll be Miguel Montero trying to get some more runs for Texas. Montero is 0 for 2 on the day. Carrasco might be on a short leash here. It's a 3-5, and he walks Montero. So that might be it for Carrasco. That'll push Marisnick up to second, and it'll push Rayburn over to third. Now the bases are juiced with one out, and I think they're going to have to go to their bullpen. Addison Russell is up, and he has hit Carrasco well. So they're going to go to the bullpen, and let's take a look who it's going to be. We've got Felice is their closer. Oh, man. we don't have great options here. We can go get... here's our 3 right-handed options out of the bullpen. Anthony Bass, Jake Petricka, and Fernando Salas. All 3 of them have a 3.6 or above ERA. Salas has more strikeouts, so we're going to go with him. So Fernando Salas will come in and he'll face Addison Russell with the bases loaded, trying to get out of a jam for Carrasco. Salas pitched pretty well. Let's see. He went 5 1/3 innings. Gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits is all. And we don't know about the runs yet. He struck out 7. And he walked 1, 2, 3. Alright, so Salas comes on. And he will face Addison Russell. The infield is... they're going to play him double play depth. They're going to give up a run to get 2 here. Ken Castro, man, he went 9-1 in pull play? That's ridiculous. You're the man. He was the number 1 seed in double elimination bracket, went 2-2 in bracket play, lost to the Reds. Ah, man, you beat both finalists in pull play. See, I'm a fan of no playoffs. Because if you played everybody already, then you've already proven it that you were the best. In all my fantasy leagues that I play in, like my fantasy sports leagues, and I'm the commissioner of, I have no playoffs. That's just how I roll. But congratulations, Ken. You played well. Hats off to you. If I had a hat on, I would take it off. All right, back to the game. Salas against Russell. Double play depth here. Trying to get the double play. It's a 6-8, and that's not going to do it. This could clear the bases. Russell, it's a 1-4. That is a triple, and it's a 13, but that is a double. So Addison Russell continues to be a menace against Chicago. And that's going to score Rayburn from third. It's going to score Marisnik from second. Montero is going to have to stop at third. But Addison Russell drives in 2 more runs, and Texas is cruising now. And they lead 5-0. Addison Russell with his 3rd RBI on the day. He drives in 2 more, and Carrasco just can't believe that the 9th man in the order has just owned him on the day so far. So, will that close the book? No, not yet. I thought it did. It'll be A.J. Pollock now against Salas. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. The infield is in. It's a 6-6, and Salas gets Pollock to look at a pitch, and he strikes out. So that's 2 outs. And they're 1 out away from getting out of this thing. And it'll be Francisco Lindor. Lindor with Montero at 3rd, Russell at 2nd. And oh boy, this might clear the bases. A 1-2, and it's a double. It's an 11, a single, 2 stars. And that will clear the bases as Montero scores from 3rd. Russell scores from 2nd. And it's an RBI single, a 2 RBI single for Francisco Lindor, who now has 3 on the ball game as well. And this one is getting out of hand, especially when you got Clayton Kershaw on the other side of the dugout pitching against you. 4 runs are in here in this 6th. That'll close the book on Carrasco. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs. Were all of them earned? Yep, all of them were earned. That's going to hurt the ERA. Lindor has his 3rd RBI on the day as Jerry Ball says he's the man. Eric Hosmer now with 2 outs. Runner on first is Lindor. It's a 4-3. And, oh boy, Hosmer could have his first home run of the season. And a 1-8 will do it. A 1-8, it's a 6. So Hosmer goes yard, a 2-run shot here in the bottom of the 6th. And the wheels are officially off of the wagon. Lindor comes around from first to score on the first home run of the year from Eric Hosmer. That one was a big one as it continues to blow the doors off of Chicago. And that 7-game win streak looks like a far cry from what's happening now. So Ben Zobrist will be up. Most of this, well, I guess that last home run with 2 outs, that's crazy. Ken says he had a walk-off, which we did not film, but he was jumping up and down, high fives all around. I bet so. If I had a walk-off, for sure. Jerry says the wagon is on fire. It is on fire. Salas is going to get one more man here, and that's Zobrist. If we can't get him out, then we got to go to somebody else. And he's not going to get him out. Oh, no. That's going to be a double. A double for Ben Zobrist. So Salas has added fuel to the fire of the wagon. So Zobrist is on second. And with Kiermaier and then Rayburn up, it looks like we're gonna have to go get somebody else. We're gonna have to go get a lefty. It will be Javier Cedeno. Just trying to stop the bleeding here and get out of the inning. So Cedeno will relieve Salas. And let's see here. Salas went a third of an inning. Oh boy, that's going to blow up his ERA. He gave up 4 hits. And struck out 1. Didn't walk anybody. But he's got 3 runs in already. The dude was kind of in your face, Ken, after he broke the tie in the 11th and you beat him. He didn't stick around. He kind of drove home in a bit of a huff. Oh, no. Oh, no. The jet setter sending people packing. That's funny. Kiermaier's 0 for 3, and what do you bet he hits a 2-run homer here? Javier Cedeno, lefty on lefty. It's a 3-5, and not a home run. It's a single. Left field, single out to left. Zobrist is only going to take 1 base out of respect for the opposition. And so it'll be runners on the corners with Ryan Rayburn at the plate. Rayburn, this is his first at-bat. He did score, though, as he pinch ran for the injured Matt Holliday. That's a 6-7. And this is a 6-7 against the righty. And so Rayburn strikes out. And Cedeno does his job and gets him out of the inning. But, boy, look at the damage that was done here in the 6th inning. 3, 4, 5, 6 runs, 6th inning. And that is a crooked number as Texas shows why they're the league leaders. And they are up 9-0 on Chicago. So Salas, that'll close the book on him. He gives up 3 runs, all of them earned. And Kershaw can now just kind of ease into this one, as he's got a 9-run lead, and I think we know how this all plays out. It'll be Brandon Belt, Cozart, and Castellanos. And this is a 5-10. 5-10 has a chance to be a single. 1-4, it's a 9. So that's not going to do it, as Brandon Belt grounds out to second to get this thing started here in the top of the 7th. So now it'll be Zach Cozart. Cozart, it's a 4-7, and that's going to be a strikeout. First one for Cozart today, but that's 8 for Kershaw. And now we got Castellanos, who's 0 for 2. And this will be a 3-4, and that's hit to the shortstop, Lindor. And just like that, Chicago is back up to bat. Or excuse me, Texas is back up to the bat as Kershaw, the long delay, did him no harm. And we have reached stretch time. Take me out to the ball game. Javier Cedeno. Will he continue? Yeah, he'll continue. He's going to eat some innings here. Marisnik is going to... Yeah, he'll continue. Marisnik against Cedeno. It's a 5-10, and that is a strikeout. 2 now for Cedeno. And it'll be Miguel Montero. But will he hit? I think they're going to pinch. No, they're not. Not with Kershaw on the mound. They're going to leave his catcher in there. It's a 1-8. And a 1-8 is going to be a fly ball out to center. No problem for the center fielder, McCutcheon. There's 2 away. Addison Russell now is 2 for 2. He's got a homer and a double, and he's walked and scored. 3 RBI for Russell. Here against Cedeno, it's a 1-4, and Cedeno finally gets Russell, and that'll be a strikeout. The first time that he's been retired on the day. And Cedeno goes 1-2-3 through the bottom third of the inning, or the bottom third of the order. And we have reached the end of the 7th. Texas doesn't score. It's amazing. Kershaw is going to keep coming out there. He's had an easy run of it so far. He's retired. Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in a row he's retired. And that'll be Tucker Barnhart, who's 0 for 2 against him. A 2-2. That one's going to be hit sharply, but at the third baseman, Zobrist. And Zobrist is going to scoop it and have plenty of time to get the catcher running at first. Sean Rodriguez now is the left fielder. He's 0 for 2. That's a 2-3, and that one is going to be hit to the third baseman. Castellanos has to come in on this one and showing his range as he makes the play there. And now it'll be Devin Travis. Travis is 1 for 3. And actually, you know what? They're going to pinch hit for Travis. Chicago is going to go to Rougned Odor. Going to try and get some other people some at-bats here. Rougned Odor. Odor. That's a 6-7, and that's a second base X chance, which is Russell. Russell is a 2-range second baseman. A 220 is going to be a nice play made out stretching to his right, and he'll make the strong throw over to first, and Odor is the third out. And Clayton Kershaw is moving right along here, and he's through 8. We move to the bottom of the 8th, and it's Texas 9, Chicago 0. So Cedeno will continue. Actually, you know what? He's already pitched more than he should. So we'll go to Jake Patrica. So Cedeno did his job. He's calmed things down here. But now we'll go to Jake Patrica. Cedeno, he went 1 in the 3rd innings. Gave up 1 hit, no runs. Struck out 3 and didn't walk anybody. So Patrica takes over. And he'll face the top of the order. Pollock, Lindor, and Hosmer. And Pollock is 0 for 3 on the day. Did walk. That's a 5-8, and he hits one out to center field. And that'll be playable, and McCutchen will make the grab. 1 away. D. Scott Howard spent Saturday and today at Western Washington University watching 4 softball games and a women's spring soccer game on the first 60-degree weekend. All right. That's a nice... It was pretty sunny here. It was only 50 degrees or something like that. A little warmer than it has been, but 50 degrees. It's been really windy the last few days, so there was no wind today, which was nice. Francisco Lindor, he's going to get... he's going to come off. They're going to substitute. Dixon Machado is going to come on. So Lindor's day is over. He did all he needed to do. He went 3 for 4. And the righty, the young Dixon Machado, will get an at-bat here. So Machado hasn't played very much, but he gets an at-bat, and it's a bouncer to his opposite number. That's Cozart. Cozart has it, and he'll throw it across, and there's 2 outs. Hosmer now, the first baseman. Hosmer, will he get an at-bat? Yeah, he will. I was thinking about substituting him as well, but Hosmer is going to get another plate appearance. The first baseman, this is a 3-7, and he lifts one out to center. And that'll do it for Texas. 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the 8th. And we move to the top of the 9th. It'll be Kershaw out there. And actually, let's make a defensive substitution. Alberto Callaspo is going to play 3rd base for Ben Zobrist. And he'll bat first if ever this went wrong and went upside down. He would bat first. But Alberto Callaspo comes on. To give the veteran Zobrist's legs an inning off. Okay, so Kershaw, he'll face Reddick, McCutchen, and Trumbo. Although Reddick is 0 for 3, the lefty. So they're going to pinch hit with Hunter Pence against Kershaw. I know this is all a bunch of much ado about nothing here, but I want to play these games straight and, get some guys some at-bats. So Pence is going to hit here. It's a 5-11, and that's a fly ball right field X. The right fielder is Kiermaier, who is a 1 range. If I'm right, let's see. Yep, he is a 1 range. A 1/8. He's going to do his E rating anyway, which is an E6. And we rolled an 8. So an 8 is going to be a nice catch made by Kiermaier out there in right field. So there will be 1 away. 2 outs left for Chicago. And it'll be McCutchen. McCutchen is 1 for 3 on the day. A 4-4, and that's a catcher X. The catcher is Montero. He's a 3 catcher. So a 3-6 is a wild pitch and a pop-up. So Kershaw losing a little grip on the ball, throws one to the wall, the backstop. But then in the very next pitch, he gets McCutcheon to pop one up. And Montero will make the grab right out in front of the plate. And it'll be Mark Trumbo now. Trumbo is 1 for 3, and he is struck out twice. It's a 4-5, and he is struck out the third time. And that'll do it. And Kershaw has his shutout. And that'll do it from Texas as Clayton Kershaw puts on a show. Although he was not perfect, he did give up, what is that? 1, 2, 3 leadoff runners. And then he had, in the second inning, that's really when they should have scored. I probably screwed Chicago over a little bit. Cozart doubled. Belt made it to third. So we had runners on second and third with nobody out. Castellanos struck out. And then Barnhart hit a fly ball left field B question mark. I sent Belt on a 1-12, thinking that there wouldn't be many opportunities to score against Kershaw. I might as well take one that was a 60% chance. And it didn't work as Jake Marisnik just hosed him at home. I think it was a 17 on the roll. So that didn't work out, and that just set them back. The next inning, they went 1-2-3, but in the fourth, they had back-to-back hits to start the fourth inning and couldn't score. And then after that Trumbo single, look at this. That's 5. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 in a row since that single in the fourth inning. So Kershaw turned his whole game around after that and just started going to work. Kershaw went 9 innings for the victory. He gave up, as I mentioned, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. No runs. No earned runs. He struck out 9. And he walked nary a soul. That's a pretty tidy ball game for Clayton Kershaw. A 5-hit shutout. And wow, Texas seizes control of the AL. They move to 11-4. Chicago's 7-game win streak comes to an end here in Texas. They always knew that was going to be a tough game coming off a day off in game day 15. They traveled to Texas for a good old-fashioned Texas butt whooping. And Chicago drops to 7-8. So that'll do it here for tonight. Our next broadcast will be the Cleveland Spindas against the Tampa Bay Mantine. You're going to want to see this one as Madison Bumgardner takes the hill for Cleveland against the hometown Tampa Bay Mantine, who will be Colby Lewis on the mound. So that one should be a good one. Ken Castro says, Craig, I'm only a 10-hour drive from you. What's for breakfast? Well, I'll make some bacon, some eggs. Sure. That'll work. Ken, although I don't have any bacon in the house because I'll admit this on screen, but only amongst friends here. I don't eat meat. I'm what you call a dude that doesn't eat meat. I don't like to use the vegetarian word because of all the negative connotations that come up with that. But, yeah, I'm a dude that doesn't eat meat. So, I'll get you some eggs. I got some juice. Come on down, Ken. The Cubs to Bears checking in here at the end. Thank you for joining. Another good game. Great pennant race. Yeah, thank you, the Cubs to Bears. I want to say thank you to everybody that was here. Al Red Sox fan, he's probably asleep by now, but he was here for the first few innings, and he was listening while he was laying down. Jerry Ball, great fan of the channel. Ken Castro, you got the jet setter, and making people cry because he whooped them in APA. Or was it APA what you guys were playing, or was it Strat? I can't remember. Or History Maker. I can't remember. In the tabletop tournament. And then we had D. Scott Howard. We had... who else did I miss? We had the Cubs to Bears. I think that was it. But the Cubs to Bears says, don't eat meat. I upvoted you anyway. Well, thank you. Be sure, if you like this video, to leave me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I know I did, and I had a good time rolling this game with you guys. So until our next broadcast, which should be tomorrow night, I think I'm back on schedule. Towards the weekend, it gets a little crazy because, you know, my brother flew into town from California this weekend, so threw us a little bit off. But I should get back here on schedule. It should be tomorrow night, but follow me on Twitter for the latest on when I'm going to broadcast. But until next time, thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Have fun, and we'll see you next time. Take care.